That's it. That's it. Let's go. Practice fast.
Just a couple of days left of training camp for the Miami Dolphins as they get set to break camp before this weekend's second preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Before practice this afternoon, the head coach Tony Sparano met with the media. One thing he was asked about that I found interesting was safety Jeremiah Bell. And with all the young talent around him and a new coordinator, if YB was going to be asked to do some more things.
His duties, I would say, within our defensive scheme would be expanded. But having him back there is a tremendous luxury for us. You know, I mean, hard to believe, but he's the, if I'm correct here, the most tenured defensive player that we have, I think, right now, from a Dolphins standpoint. And, you know, with Jeremiah, I think an interesting thing is happening back there with he and Chris. I did this math yesterday, but they've played 945 plays right now in this training camp, and they have 4 total mental errors between the two of those guys. So he's very good at it right now, and I think it's helping Chris, you know, that communication.
Speaking of training camp getting ready to come to an end, the coach was asked if now going forward he would have less time to evaluate players and what that would mean.
The heavy lifting is kind of done rep-wise. You know, you'd say that your reps get cut in half right now with 1 a day coming up down the road, but the meeting time increases. The opportunity to get away from the large install, you know, the playbook, and start to shrink down now is really the phase we'd be in next week, shrinking down the package to more fit our players. You know, I mean, even on defense right now, some of the things we're asking them to do in these first couple of preseason games don't necessarily, highlight some of their specific skills, responsibilities, or I think, you know, at the same time, give some of them a chance to, you know, maybe gives them a chance to grasp what we're doing a little bit easier, too.
Definitely time to freshen this team up physically with camp coming to a close. Meanwhile, we mentioned second preseason game Saturday night against Jacksonville. Everybody knows the third game is the real dress rehearsal, and the fourth game, you try and get your starters out of there as quickly as possible. The coach was asked, what's unique about the second game?
You obviously want to get some of your starters a little more work, or kind of starters, you know, the tweeners, the bubble guys, a little bit more work, but also maybe to identify specific clumps, you know, groups of people out there that I think you might have some questions about. So, you know, there's chances in this second preseason game there'd be more guys that would not play, and a few other guys that you would need to increase because you just lost reps.
So there you go. That's head coach Tony Sparano today from Camp Dolphins. Be sure to check back throughout the day to MiamiDolphins.com and theFinsiders.com for the very latest.